What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerd Nest Podcast. I am Jebediah Superfly, and I'm joined special guest today, Avalon. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. A busy Monday, but it's glad to be here in the podcast.
Good to be here as well. It's an exciting time. It's showcase season. Today we're going to be talking about Sony's state of play, which it wasn't a big state of play; it was a smaller one. We're just going to hit the highlights on that. The Bethesda Microsoft showcase just happened yesterday. We're going to talk about that. In fact, it's showcase season so much. Capcom's having a showcase right now, actually, as we speak. I've got that open just in case they surprise announce anything crazy. We might talk about then. But I mean, there's been the indie games showcase, the PC games showcase.
Don't mind the lighting. I'm trying to fix it.
No, I didn't know it was wrong.
It's jumping. It's a jump.
I see that. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're getting a little, rave show right here.
You don't need the rave show. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's what
I
we're.
saw that. That was a wipe of disappointment.
A little bit. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We know the Microsoft Bethesda showcase just happened. We're going to get to that real quick. But first, since we didn't cover last week the Sony state of play that happened, we're just going to hit the highlights on that, which they didn't announce a whole ton of things. They said beforehand, like, hey, this is third party focused.
We're
and
probably
it was.
literally missing just a couple, really. From the
Yeah, it was like a half-hour show or something,
Yeah,
I feel like.
which is pretty good for what they shown.
Mhm.
Starting off, they showed off Resident Evil 4 remake.
Mhm.
They announced it, gave a release. They showed what it's gonna look like. Looks like they're gonna show something for Village, but releasing March 24th of next year,
Yeah.
which is I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. Well,
That's kind of quick, really.
the only thing I'd say about this is Resident Evil 4, as much as I understand people being excited about this and everything, this is one of the games that needs a remake the least, because the gameplay, like the new remakes are like kind of updating to the more Resident Evil style 4 style gameplay. There's a little more action focus and everything. So, but yeah, it's gonna do great. So it's probably just less work than remaking a 2 or a 3. I'm surprised. Did they ever remake 1?
Yes, but I think that was like in a position where they didn't take the move of like the style of RE2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, it'll- I'm excited for it because our RE4 is like one of the most fan favorite Resident Evil game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also they're really tying it into making it make sense with Village, like all the stuff that happened in Village. At the end of like that teaser trailer or whatever, they showed like the symbol of like I don't know, like the crow.
I don't know
Symbol?
Resident Evil stuff.
Oh yeah, you don't play it.
Mm-mm.
Not even scary.
Just I'm not into zombies in general. Even though I know like Resident Evil 4 isn't really zombies.
I mean,
The-
yes and no.
It is, but it's like it's not.
I can't wait till this game. I bet you, if you play RE4, like let's just say now, just play regular RE4, and then like, next year, I don't know how to put it actually. Play 4 and then play 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then play the remaster or remake. I bet you there's you'll see the difference of the engine and everything.
Yeah. I did think I will say, even though like I'm not a Resident Evil fan, I thought this was a really bad trailer for it. Like,
Odd.
yeah, it just seemed strange. Like, I don't know. Like, just they could have got up and just been like, "Hey, we're remaking Resident Evil 4 and it's coming out next March." And I feel like that would have just done a better job of conveying the message than the trailer. I don't know. The trailer was just weird to me, but yeah.
Well,
people like
personally,
it.
I found Street Fighter 6 trailer a little like gameplay trailer, I guess,
Mhm.
a little odd.
Yeah, so we got
Whoever makes like decides music for these fighting games should just stop. Just it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It happened with like what was it? This Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat 11, the music choices were just, I think, terrible to go with the like fighting games. I don't
Mhm.
know. Do you need to? I don't know. I feel like there's a billion different options, but they showed off gameplay for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I like I like it. I like the color, like the effects when they're fighting. It's
Mhm.
cool. Um Also they got a new logo.
Yeah, they changed the logo. They needed to.
Yeah.
After that,
It's about it was
that last one, it was just terrible.
what is it like how many games and years have they used the same logo?
No, so they changed the logo from the classic one when they announced this game. But remember, we talked about it on the show. It was like the weird clip
Oh,
art type thing.
yeah, and we thought it was fan made or something.
Yeah, it almost looked like a weird fan made thing or something. That was the official logo. It was just terrible. And so they adjusted it, thankfully, because that was terrible. Yeah, I'm not a fighting game person, but I will probably try this because they showed off that new open world thing, which I don't know how big a part of this game that is.
It looks so weird.
Yeah, but it almost reminded me of like Yakuza or something.
It kind of I don't know. I'm probably reaching, but it kind of reminds me of oh, it's the fighting game with all the rappers.
Oh,
Street Jam, no,
Def Jam,
Def
something.
Jam. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I never played it, but I know what you're talking about.
That's a great like it wasn't like a fighting game like these. It was
Def
more,
Jam Legends or something like that.
I don't know. Either way,
Yeah.
For some reason, I got vibes from that too. I don't know why. Don't even ask.
Okay.
It's just that's a game they'll never be able to remaster or remake.
Oh, just because like the licensing issue with the music and all.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, they said the same thing about the Tony Hawk games, and they were able to make those.
This is true. Yeah.
So, Street Fighter 6 actually looks kind of interesting to me, which is weird since it's a fighting game. Also got a new trailer for Final Fantasy 16, which
At first, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what it was until I saw. So I forget what it was that I saw, and I was like, "Yep."
again, I didn't think this was a good trailer, but I am excited for the game.
It's really different because they showed all the. What do you know what they're called? Or
Oh, the summons?
yeah, it was all the summons. Whenever
Yeah.
I saw like the one that was first shown, like in FF15,
I don't remember all their names, but yeah, I know
whenever
what
I
you're
started
talking
seeing them, I was like, "Yep, this is Final Fantasy." Because 15 is that's where I remember seeing them first,
about.
because that's the first Final Fantasy game I played.
Shoot, I don't remember. Oh yeah, this game seems like the summons are actually like a really big part of the story, even
Yeah.
because it was so focused on them. But I find like Japanese RPG trailers hilarious, and like this was a classic Japanese RPG trailer because they'll just like do cuts of characters saying like the most random stuff,
Yeah, it just doesn't
and
matter.
you don't know what they're talking about. It's
It's
like,
just music.
I
Just-
will avenge my best friend. Who are you? Who
it
was your
shows
best
the
friend? Why do
princess
we
at the
care?
moment.
And then like it'll be the next person saying some random thing like, I got the popcorn, and just like the most random things.
I
It's like,
got the popcorn. And
there's
there's always
always-
the dragon.
yeah, and then there's the dragon. It's just like, what is happening in this trailer? So yeah, I didn't think it was a great trailer, but
I'm actually
game looks really good.
super excited for that
Yeah.
game because just playing Final Fantasy 15, 16 is just I can't wait for it.
Mhm.
Even though it's completely different characters, I hope the gameplay is similar.
Mhm.
That's all I ask for.
Yeah. And then as far as we know, it's still, PlayStation exclusive. They didn't really talk about that.
Yeah,
That game has a really weird feel to like the exclusivity stuff and everything.
just like Final Fantasy 7 remake. That was supposed to be timed exclusive.
Yeah,
And
it's
still
like
not on
it's-
the Xbox.
Yeah, there's still
The
talk that
only
it
one
could come
is
to
Final
Xbox.
Fantasy 15 that was able to be on Xbox.
Well, a ton of the Final Fantasy games have been on Xbox,
10,
but like
10-2,
yeah,
um,
or 13 is 13 a regular one or is 13 online? 14's online. Is 13 online too?
Does-
11's online. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't remember. I haven't played all the Final Fantasy games, but
me neither.
um,
We're not the people to talk to if you want.
I'm
that
realizing
lore.
the Sony State of Play is full of a lot of games I probably won't end up playing. So next on the list of games I will not be playing, Callisto Protocol. it got its first gameplay trailer, which
Not for you.
yeah, this is not for me.
Honestly, I don't know if it's for me either.
It's just Dead Space, and I don't mean that negatively. If you like Dead Space, I can see why everybody's super
I like
excited for
Dead
this game.
Space, but this is it's
It's freaky.
there's always this one stepping stone that it does not want me to play. I don't know what it is, and it's just like another game from Microsoft and Bethesda showcase that just I cannot do it.
Oh, but I'm gonna play that one. Yeah, we'll get into
What?
that. Yeah,
No.
yeah. I have reasons for that, but
What?
so yeah,
You
Callisto
have
Protocol.
gone to the dark side.
Yeah, and then the last thing they talked about was they had Neil Druckmann come up. He talked for a while about the multiplayer game they're doing, but there was no footage. I think they did some like art shots and everything of it, which
Thanks. That's what we need.
cool. People really like the multiplayer mode in Last of Us One,
A lot
so
of people.
I never played the multiplayer. I honestly think I owned that game and didn't even realize it had multiplayer.
I just think it's gonna be called. It's not gonna be called Last of Us. It's gonna be called something else.
Yeah, it's gonna have a different.
But
Well,
it's gonna be part
yeah.
of the Last of Us.
it's gonna be
world.
part of the Last of Us World. So that's obviously a long ways off since they're not showing footage. But they did show Last of Us Part One remake.
Cool. I mean, honestly, we don't need it.
Yeah, it just seems like that game didn't come out that long ago. You know, it.
No, we got it's so we get the game itself that came out on PS3. PlayStation 3.
Then the remaster.
The
came on
remaster
PS4.
PS4, and then
That's what I played. It was the remaster.
that's when I
on
played it, and
PS4.
I like, man, this looks good. And I saw side by side like gameplay of it. I like the tone. Obviously, it does look better graphically.
Yeah, it looks good, but the
But
thing is,
the
the remaster
game-
doesn't look bad.
The remaster does not look bad, and I played that right before
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us Part 2 came
Yeah.
out. So I could have seen the drastic change in
I
stuff.
think they're supposed to be updating gameplay, which here's the thing for me, like I don't think the gameplay is very good in either of those games, The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2.
Wonky.
Like it's just kind of an outdated gameplay type thing. And just to clarify, this isn't coming from like some Xbox fanboy thing. The Last of Us Part 1 for me is a 10 out of 10.
It's just a PlayStation. Really, it is a PlayStation thing because if you look at all the other PlayStation games, a lot of them play very similar.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, The Last of Us Part 1, to me, is a great game despite the fact that I don't like the gameplay of it.
Mhm.
And like I said, 10 out of 10 for me. It just seems early, you know?
I said you should.
I don't know.
They should have done this maybe 5 years from now.
Yeah, even then, like, the remaster's probably still going to look all right.
But
Maybe
also-
next console gen.
Also makes me wonder if they're doing this because they're not getting enough content out for the PS5.
No, the reason they're doing it is because the show's coming out. And they
Yeah,
think
marketing,
that's
you're
going to
right.
spark interest and they want new people to experience the game. Like, as much as I'm like giving them a hard time, I guess it makes sense because there's going to be people who watch the show who have never played the game before, who once they watch the show are going to want to play the game. Now, if anyone says that to me, I'm going to tell them, as long as the show is like true to the story of the game, I'm going to be like, you don't need to play the game. The gameplay is not good. You got the story. That's the important part for The Last of Us.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, it'll probably sell at least fairly well. I don't know.
I don't.
Here's the thing: Sony people who are like big Sony fans are gonna buy it. So, and there's enough
or
of them
if it
out
has
there.
a cool collection of some sort, like a cool.
So they did
statue
have
or-
a special edition called the Firefly Edition that already sold out. But a lot of those like special edition things get like sold on secondhand market, so it's not
and triple
that.
the price.
Yeah, so it's not that unrealistic that it sold out right away. But so yeah, that's a Sony.
There was one other
event.
thing that I just
Was
want to say. It felt like Sony State of Play 2 was also trying to market the VR, the new VR 2.
Oh yeah, that was a big push for them.
I don't know why it just came to me, and
Mhm.
also don't know why we didn't put it on there.
I don't know.
But
either.
they were really trying to push that VR 2.
Yeah, they showed the Horizon game in VR.
Didn't they also show No Man's Sky?
I don't know if they did or not. Well, No Man's Sky has been VR for a while. Maybe it's just getting VR for PlayStation. They're gonna have to show me a lot more with the VR 2 for me to get it because I'm sure it'll be $400 to $500.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I think they changed the name, right? It's not the Quest,
The Meta Quest.
Meta Quest now.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Don't make me go on a rant again about getting rid of the Oculus name.
It's just as bad as the Xbox names.
It's worse. It's worse, and Xbox is terrible at naming things.
But Sony State of Play, there you go. Well, we're gonna move on to better choice of video games. And what the?
Killed a bug.
I just witnessed a murder.
Actually, I think it's still alive. It's just under the can.
Captured. Kidnapped.
So yeah, let's talk about Microsoft. So the interesting thing, when they got up there, they were like, hey, every game we're showing today is coming out in the next 12 months. That's not everything announced today is coming out in the next 12 months, but every game's shown. It's an important distinction for only one announcement. Only one announcement that's important for. But yeah, everything they announce coming out next 12 months, I think almost every single one of these things, maybe every single one of these things, if I'm mistaken, is coming to Game Pass.
Dang near, about 90% of them, I think.
Yeah, it honestly might be everything. So with that in mind, we already knew there were things we weren't going to see. We weren't going to see Fable. We weren't going to see Perfect Dark. We weren't going to see Gears. We weren't going to see Hellblade. Actually, I was surprised we didn't see Hellblade because I thought there was a chance that could still come out soon. But yeah, the Capcom showcase is over. I didn't see anything interesting. So yeah, let's talk about Microsoft. So
not for you, but
yeah, maybe something cool was in there. So they started off with the first gameplay trailer reveal
right off the rip
with like before they ever said a word really was Redfall. This is the game from Arcane Austin.
Oh, this game looks gonna be fun.
Yeah, I was surprised because when they first announced it last year with that cinematic trailer, I really thought this is a Left 4 Dead game. Like that's what this is, and at that point I was like, I'm not interested because I don't really like that style of game.
Mm-hmm.
But then this trailer, like, and I heard rumors like, oh, people were saying it's going to be more like a Borderlands type thing, and I was like, well, we'll see. This trailer basically showed that is what it is. It's a big open world campaign that you can play by yourself with or with like 3 other friends. Mm-hmm. I think it's only 4 players. Yeah, it looks great. It looks fun.
It really does look fun.
When I say it looks great, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm like, oh my goodness, this game. It just looks fun.
It looks fun. Can't say that it looks great because watching the stream, the quality is downgraded.
Yeah, the quality is going to be bad. And Arcane has an interesting art style anyway.
They like to not polish. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Yeah, everything's going to be a little bit cartoony, a little bit exaggerated, but not like too much. They just have their own art style.
Think of Dishonored. I mean,
think of Dishonored. Think of Deathloop.
Yeah,
they just have.
I did like that Deathloop. They had that like narrative in this game.
Yeah,
which it fits with the characters. Like she's like, I got these somehow got these powers.
Yeah,
and just demolish some monsters. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay,
yeah, I
don't care. You got superpower somehow.
Yeah. It looks like a fun game. I think it'll be really fun to play with friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I probably would play it by myself, but it just really, this is a game you're going to want to play with at least one other friend. Mm-hmm. Just have, it looks like a silly good time. And that's always better with friends. That's what I think.
This is for you a lot. Because
oh yeah,
this is like one of your favorite games.
Yeah, so I was sitting there watching the showcase, and I, watched the Redfall trailer. I was like, that looks good. And then like, the very next thing was Hollow Knight Silk Song, and I promise you, I sat up and I started clapping in my apartment by myself. I was like, yes.
People are thinking, well, this freak, what is he clapping to?
One reason is I thought we were gonna get a release date, which we didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see no release, not even like spring of 2023.
Yeah, no release date. All we know is it's confirmed from Microsoft, not from Team Cherry actually, but from Microsoft that it's coming out in the next 12 months sometime. So whatever.
We just know in a year. You'll
Yeah,
get this
it's coming
game.
out within a year. It's launching on Game Pass. It looks fantastic. Now, I will say, if you didn't play Hollow Knight and you saw that, you might be like, man, the art style looks kind of,
Familiar.
I would even say like drab, like with the dark colors and everything. But like when you actually are in those atmospheres and Hollow Knight and everything, oh, it's incredible. Now,
Not gonna lie, that when I watched the gameplay, it just made me seem like the game's 10 times more difficult than the first one.
yeah, so that was one thing I noticed because when they first announced this game and said you'd be playing as Hornet, that's the character in this one, because she's from the first game, and her move set is so different than the knight you play as, with all kinds of different things. And I was like, it's going to be interesting to see how they translate that, because there's no way you're going to be doing all the moves she does, because they're like very different. Like it would be hard to control. And then they did this trailer here, and it was like you were doing all the moves that she does in the game when you actually fight her. And I'm like, oh, how are you gonna do this? This is like kind of nuts. This is right now my most anticipated game. Now we're gonna get later to a game that I'm going to probably talk about for a lot longer.
I was gonna say you better watch your mouth.
But I assure you, this is my most anticipated game right now. I'm just ready for it. I don't need to see another trailer. I don't need to know anything else. In fact, I probably don't want to know anything else. Just give me a release date. Tell me when I can play it. And yeah, I'm there. Hollow Knight, 10 out of 10. Play it.
Good soup.
Good soup.
So next game that they showed off after that was High on Life. Now,
yeah, this game was a
this
complete
game
surprise.
I didn't even know what was happening. It was nutty. So your guns are alive in this game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
by the creators of Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first-person shooter. You're collecting all these guns that your friend's a gun.
Yeah.
And you have to collect your guns' friends.
Yeah, yes. This is like a really wacky science fiction FPS. When it first started, it was like from the creators of Rick and Morty, and then the studio is Squanch Studios, which that's a character from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then the first gun you have, like the main gun friend, whatever, it's Morty's voice. Like, exactly. They're not even changing it at all. It's Morty's voice. So I'm like, oh, this is a Rick and Morty game. I thought at first, and I was like, oh, Morty's been turned into a gun or something. It's actually not. It's it's its own thing, but it's gonna have that same humor, which is going to be very divisive. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to be like, oh gosh, I hate every bit of this.
I'm going to love it, and I'm going to get annoyed with it probably halfway through the game. I'm be like, okay, gun, you got to shut up. Let me do something.
I'm going to probably be a little similar. I will say I was watching a trailer, and I'm like, this looks fun. I'll play it. And then the knife comes out, and he's like, oh, I'm stabbing or something like that.
I was like,
oh yeah, this is it. I need that knife. Who wants to? It's like, I gotta stab people. I was like, yes. That knife is.
This is
good.
definitely a game. If you just you want to be a couch potato, I think this is the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I was excited because I didn't put it down, but this is coming out spring next year.
Yeah.
Not often you get game announcements like this, and it's
literally
that quick.
First time seeing a game and then coming out within a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah. I'm always down for that. But yeah, this game looks hilarious, and I will say it looks good graphically.
Graphically, yeah. Like, I was surprised. It's like within a year, and first time showing it off.
Yeah, it was impressive. I don't know if the studio, if that's considered like an indie game or what, but
or just a joke.
Or yeah, it's never coming out. It's not real.
Up next, I was honestly surprised to see this. Riot Games is partnering up with Xbox and bringing their games and champions to Game Pass.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, well, and specifically to Game Pass PC, at least at first.
Yes.
Because it's not like League of Legends or anything is coming to console for the first time.
It was.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So specifically, I was like, because there will be crossplay.
Oh wow!
But that is coming winter of this year, I think.
Yeah, I think it's starting this winter, this fall or something.
I liked Valorant. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not a League fan at all.
Yeah,
no, that's a whole new realm that I don't want to start.
Yeah, so like for me, this announcement, it doesn't do anything for me as a gamer because I don't play any Riot Games stuff. but it's an incredibly good partnership for Microsoft because,
Huge.
I mean, every one of their games just have millions of players that are just
They just,
utterly devoted to these games.
yes, they just made a lot of money, and also because it's a huge. It's probably the biggest competitive.
Yeah, League is the biggest competitive game.
Yeah, of all time, I think.
But yeah, the games are coming to Game Pass PC, and also you just
get
unlock all the champions.
All the characters.
Which
all
I'm
your
sure there's going to be
champions.
some people who aren't happy who spent like hundreds of dollars unlocking all these champions that now you could just get paid $15 and
Get all
get all of them. But you know, it is what it is.
happens. Suck it.
Yeah, but yeah,
Moving on.
great.
A game that was shown last showcase, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine playing footsie with me.
That's awkward. Moving on. They announced. Well, not announced. They showed off more Plague Tales Requiem.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, but your excitement's a little bit messed up because of what happened to you.
So last weekend was playing some more Plague Tale Innocence and got to like chapter 8 and took a break and I was gonna go back in to play more. Found out my save didn't work. So I'm at chapter 4 still.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to continue it right now.
Yeah.
But I kind of have to because this comes out this year.
Yeah. And each one of those chapters is like an hour long. So you lost basically 4 hours.
I lost 4 hours in a game and it made me, in the time span of a week, make me verify, repair the game on day 1. After that, I was like, done, uninstall. Yesterday, reinstalled. Maybe it was just, hopefully, it was just a cloud thing or something.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work. So I'm just gonna have to play it, and hopefully my autosave actually works, even though I was watching autosave the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, losing 4 hours will typically be enough to make me quit just about any game.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much it has to be just a game I love so much and I don't even mind, but man, typically
if it had
4
me in
hours.
Destiny somehow, 4 hours of whatever content that I collected or gear, I would have I probably never played Destiny again.
Yeah. Especially since there's no guarantee you get that stuff back.
It's true.
Which, by the we won't talk about that today. We got too much to talk about.
Yeah, Destiny is a hole that we'll never get out of. Stop.
Yeah. So
you look down like, we got time.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm super excited for that game. I played the Innocence last year. I really liked it a lot.
I honestly recommend it. It's one of those games just like Hellblade. I think they're on the same like level.
Yeah.
And they're good. I don't know how to put it.
They're just good. Like you're not gonna walk away from and be like, wow, what an incredible experience. But like if you, especially like since there's such a big gaming lull right now and looking all the way to the end of the year, really, yeah, give it a try. Especially if you have Game Pass, it's on there.
That's what
that and Hellblade.
That's what made me
Pass.
like I'll talk about that later then.
Okay.
Hellblade, because actually
you beat it. Oh yeah, that's right. So
if we have time.
Yeah. So they showed off the brand new Forza Motorsport that's coming out next spring. I typically download and play the mainline Forza Motorsport games for like an hour or two because I'm like, I like cars and these are cool cars and I like seeing the graphics, but I'm outside of
like wheels turning.
Yeah, but outside
pavement.
of like Horizon, I'm not a big racing game person. So I'm just kind of like, cool, look at this. It looks great.
Yeah, motorsports, something about like motorsport.
Yeah, I mean,
NASCAR, stuff like that. I'm just not a fan of that kind of racing.
If you want simulation racing, like actual like sim racing, it's the best series out there.
Definitely.
So, it definitely has its market.
Other than Gran Turismo.
People, I mean, Forza's been better than Gran Turismo for a while.
Which is weird because Gran Turismo's been out long.
It was the OG. Yeah, they were coming out on original PlayStation.
Downhill.
Yeah. I think the last one was supposed to be good, but I don't know.
Never tried it.
Typically, Motorsport's been doing a lot better than Gran Turismo in ever since Motorsport ever came out. Actually, um, the thing that was interesting about it for me is this was our first time seeing it, and it looks stunning, like a racing game should. It's absolutely gorgeous, but this is the same engine Fable's being made in, which Fable's not going to look like this because this is a racing game, obviously, but it's very promising to see that engine, what it's capable of.
We just know the look, the grass, like the environment is gonna look amazing for
Yeah.
Fable.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of art style they go with for Fable because the old ones had more of a kind of cartoony, and I think they'll kind of go that way.
They're gonna kind of
but
keep it. I think.
yeah,
I think they're gonna.
it's-
I wouldn't be mad if they did like a. Oh, I don't know. It's a cartoony, but not cartoony. Let's just say like Plague Tale. It's not real.
Yeah. I
Just
think they'll try to do like realistic environment with like exaggerated features, like maybe buildings be a little weird or character models are a little different, but like
realism.
they want
God
the
of
game to
War,
look good. Yeah.
Skin tone. You can see follicles of the beard.
Yeah, exactly. Customized beard follicles.
But no, yeah, that was crazy. When I saw that, I was like, dang, I kind of want to play it just to see how graphically good it looks.
Yeah. Well, I'll play it for like an hour or two and be like, all right, that's cool.
I'm with you.
That was fun. So Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you don't know, is Microsoft's longest running franchise because they had Flight Simulator before they ever had Xbox. Like I think we had like Microsoft Flight Simulator 97 or something like forever ago. But yeah, they're celebrating its 40th anniversary and they're just adding stuff. They're adding gliders, helicopters. I think helicopters could be really cool. And those are coming soon, but they announced like that day you could download the Halo Pelican.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That kind of made me want to just download it and be like, I want to fly in this
Did you
space.
play Flight Simulator at all?
No.
It's really cool. I mean, from a technicals perspective, I'm not a sim style player, and this is just a big simulation game. Obviously, it's in the name. But what they do with like, I think it's Google Maps they use is just incredible. Like,
Yeah, that's one reason. Whenever I was watching it and the plane was like flying by like giraffes, I was like, man, I kind of just want to download it, go fly by my house or something.
My problem is I want there to be a unsim mode to where I could just like fly crazy and just be like in a big 747, like doing flips and stuff. Like from the way I played it, like I'd be at the airport, I'd be going to launch, I'd be trying to gain altitude way too quick, and then like the plane stalls and I start to crash, and I'm just like, all right, I just want to have fun. Like I want to just like mess around.
Yeah, that's what I would do too.
Yeah, maybe the Pelican will be more like that because how do you do a sim version of the Pelican?
This is true.
Or maybe not.
Oh, so big news.
Kinda.
I mean,
I guess.
partially. I mean, me, I'm excited.
Yeah. So they announced Overwatch 2 is going to be going into early access in October. It's just a multiplayer.
4th.
Yeah, just a multiplayer mode. There was no talk about the campaign or anything, which is supposed to be part of Overwatch 2. I'll let you talk about this because I'm not an Overwatch fan.
I mean, there was really not much. I mean, like you said, multiplayer early access starts October 4th. There was no word of the campaign. You basically just watched the whole time was multiplayer matches going on. They were showing off like kind of like each character, how they look now, what new kind of revamped abilities, and they showed off a new character called Junker Queen.
Yeah.
Just part of the, I guess, Junker Wasteland world, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I don't know enough about it to say.
I really don't know either. Like,
I did read online, like, I guess there's some mention of her in the first game somewhere or something, but
probably in
she's
the.
never shown.
I know a map.
Yeah.
The wasteland looking map. And when you go in like in the middle section, that's where the fight would have been. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think. I don't know. But I'm excited. I mean, I miss playing Overwatch, but I don't want to go back to Overwatch 1 to play it.
Yeah.
And
I
this
have
is gonna
to
be
play
free to
this
play.
game because I promised I would, but
You promised to. Why?
all the guys, because they just kept getting mad at me for not playing Overwatch. So,
So,
and I was like, you know what? If Overwatch 2 ever gets made, I promise I'll play with you guys.
you promised.
And I promised them. And I regret every minute of it
I'm sorry.
because I did not like Overwatch.
If you don't like it and just want to back out, I'll take your spot.
Yeah, I'll just play for a little bit and be like, I played you guys. I don't know what to tell you.
I
Going back
gave
to
you-
Destiny.
I get. I show up. I'm here to play Overwatch 2. Oh wait, new Destiny stuff. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Gotta join Austin. But no, and also this is supposed to be free to play as well.
Yeah, I guess I always just thought it was free to play. I don't know.
That's
Guess
the
not.
first one, or maybe they finally changed it. Yeah, I think they did change it.
I don't know.
I think they did change it to free to play. I remember paying $20. That was the first game I got on PC.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Destiny 2,
And then Overwatch.
then PUBG, then Overwatch 2.
Oh, then PUBG.
Just because I needed to try a BR.
Yeah, and that was when PUBG was huge, right?
Yeah. Bad choice. That game has not been touched in many moons.
Yeah, you don't hear much about PUBG anymore. Yeah.
oh, you take over this. Well, this isn't my. You got the next 2 or 3, whatever.
Okay, yeah. So they announced a game called Ara History Untold. This is from Oxide Games. It's a turn-based historical grand strategy game. It basically, I don't know, it's like Age of Empires or something like
Yeah,
that.
Civilization, something.
I always, in my mind, think I want to play these games. And then, like, I start them, and I hate the process of starting them. Like, I feel like if I knew what was happening and I didn't have to learn how to play it, I'd be all about it. I don't want to learn how to play these games. So every once in a while, I'll download some sort of, like, what are they called? Do they call them 4G or whatever? Like, the big Age of Empires, or there's some others. There's like one on Game Pass or something. It's like a sci-fi one. And I'll download it and I'll start, and I'm just like, I don't want to. There's too many buttons. There's too many things that I have to learn how to do, and I don't want to learn how to do it. I just want to play the game. So I never actually play them. Who knows? Maybe this will be the time it actually works out for me, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's not my style. I will not play it.
Yeah.
Cool news. We were just talking about Forza Motorsports.
Mhm.
Forza Horizon 5 is going to have a Hot Wheels update in
Yeah.
July.
Yeah. It's basically just adding Hot Wheel tracks to the world,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Whenever I was watching, I was like, how are these actual real life car, like not real life?
Oh yeah, the physics are going to be totally messed with to make it
Yeah.
work, because you're just flipping upside down. You're doing all kinds
I'm
of
like,
stuff.
Did someone put like super glue in your tires?
yeah.
Or...
Horizon 3 had a Hot Wheels thing, and it was great. So I just anticipate this being just like dumb fun.
I do need to download this game. I have not played Horizon 5.
Every person that I tell you have to play this game, even if you don't like racing games, because again, I don't like racing games, has downloaded it and spent way more time than I ever thought they would playing it. And they're like, this is amazing. I love it. It's just fun. It's just good.
I don't need
fun.
this right now, okay?
Yeah.
I have other games to play. Not really.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot out
Not
right now.
really. Not at this moment.
We also got a new cinematic trailer for Arc 2, which it's Vin Diesel on a dinosaur.
Cool, I guess.
See, I really liked Arc
really-
1, but
Yeah, just give me. Just tell me if it's gonna be like Ark.
yeah, so I guess the talk is it's going to have more like Dark Souls-y action combat. I don't know if that's true or not.
I hope not.
That hasn't been said by the studio. That's talk on the interwebs. You know how Twitter is. So
And the Reddits.
the Twitter and Reddit, yeah, it could be completely wrong. It's just a updated version of Arc, but which I would love because I really like Arc. Arc is really fun.
and up next, a game I'm not even gonna touch.
Yeah, so we got
Scorn.
Gameplay trailer.
Gameplay trailer.
yeah, this is coming out October 21st. I don't anticipate this being a great game, but it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be
This is
really
the one
weird.
you were surprised I was gonna play, right?
Uh-huh.
It's really MC Escher inspired. He's a super weird artwork. He's the one who created the alien for Alien, the movie.
I can tell it. Everything looks like Alien Tell.
Yeah, his artwork intrigues me. I don't find that scary. I find it creepy. I find it weird. I don't find it scary. Now, here's the thing. I might get into the game and be like, nope, this is freaking me out. But it's just more like creepy, weird, like kind of almost like gross. It's a gross game. It looks gross.
If you're going to do that, just give me Doom. I don't mind Doom.
Yeah, I would play Doom.
Doom's way gorier than that, but it's a slight realism.
It's unsettling. Yeah,
I'm just thinking of the trailer that I watched.
Yeah, it's unsettling looking.
When he pulled the cord out of his stomach, done, and weapons come like actually part of his human body. No. Yeah. No, I'm done.
Yeah, when the part you're talking about, when he grabbed the cord in his stomach, I was like, well, don't do that. Like, don't mess with that. Like, what are you doing? This
game just freaky.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't anticipate it being good.
You've got to stream it.
I might stream it. Yeah,
stream it. But then, like, if it's like an hour in, you're like, nah, not for me.
Let's see. When is that? October? I'll have more time by then. So maybe.
Good. A Halloween stream.
It's a great Halloween game. Yeah.
You got to play it because I'm not.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Again,
or at least you come over and you play it and I just watch. I'll watch. Yeah. I'm weird. This is the weird part. I'll watch that gameplay on Twitch somewhere.
Yeah.
I won't play it physically.
I'm kind of the same way because back when I used to live with Julius, our friend, there were some games he played that there ain't no way I would play, but I watched him play.
Probably like all the Resident Evil games.
Mainly, I'm remembering.
Sorry, I don't watch that one.
Mainly, I'm remembering PT, which wasn't even a full game. He played it, and I would kind of watch.
You're like, I know what's gonna happen.
Then I'd kind of leave.
Then my mom called. Bye.
Yeah. No, I gotta go and watch VeggieTales.
I gotta go do my laundry. VeggieTales?
I don't know why that's what came out. That's what it was. The ultimate anti-horror game thing.
It's definitely a 360.
VeggieTales. Anyway.
There we go. Oh, great. We started something.
Nah, we're done.
So EBB software has not like made anything else?
Not as far as I know, but let's look. Everything is just for Scorn.
Okay, so nothing else. That's good. Up next, new game, I think, for shown. This is a world premiere, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, they had a few. But I know the world premieres are huge games, but
Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. This game quietly surprised me. It's a third-person action RPG.
Mm-hmm.
It's by A44, who made Ashen.
Yeah, that was a good game. Ashen, but I played it. It was all right.
It's a third-person action RPG with a companion, a
little wolf-ish type
but you
thing,
also
buddy.
Can fuse with it too. I noticed in the gameplay. You can be one with that thing too.
Yeah, you kind of fuse with it at times. Yeah, this is interesting. It reminded me of like Devil May Cry if it was set in like kind of a steampunk-ish world. I don't know if the game is like really steampunk. It might just be.
I got like Dishonored vibes.
Dishonored.
I used Dishonored twice today. Something's wrong.
Yeah, kind of like Dishonored, because Dishonored's a very steampunk world.
Yeah, the world itself reminded me of that.
But like in a third-person action RPG type thing. Or I don't know if it's really an RPG, but third-person action.
This is gonna be early of next year.
Yeah, almost everything's early next year.
Day one on Game Pass. So it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it looks fun. I'll definitely try it.
I hope so. It's Game Pass.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing? Why wouldn't you?
The people weren't here for the pre-show.
Oh yeah, we were. He yelled at me violently.
Did not.
He really didn't. It sounded very. I took it differently, but then I yelled out back at him.
Very confused. So Mojang announced Minecraft Legends. This is a action RPG set in the Minecraft world.
They actually said action RPG.
Yeah, did you watch the trailer?
Yeah, but I don't remember them saying that or even.
I don't know if they said it, but it was like,
To me, you know what it reminds me of? Warhammer.
which Warhammer? There's so
Just
many
in general, like
games.
Warhammer, you know, the fights, like big war ones, 4,000, 40,000, whatever. It's
Yeah,
called.
but I'm just there's so many different games that have been made in a million genres for that series.
Okay, well, the one that you pick like groups of just any kind of villain, let's just say vampires, and then the other team's orcs or something.
Oh, like an RTS game?
It's like a big war simulator.
Yeah, no, this isn't that. This is like
That's
an
what it
action
looked like for
RPG.
me. Like you're like this guy, you have a war of.
I
Like,
think you got distracted during the trailer.
no.
Yeah, because if you we'll watch it after this. It's very much action RPG type game.
But then what? What's up with all the like creepers and skellies?
You're
and-
fighting them.
You're fighting him. It looked like they were following him.
Or that you might have buddies and stuff. It's if anything, it'll be kind of like Dynasty Warriors almost, because like you have a
Okay.
million friends in those.
Then I get it. Then I get it. Then.
Yeah, you get it. We'll see. Like you're riding a horse and everything in that game,
True.
like swinging around a big old hammer or something. So
Which I feel like they're taking steps in Minecraft world. So they had
Minecraft. What's this one called? Legends. Oh, I thought the other one was called Legends. Minecraft. I don't know. It was the Diablo like. Minecraft.
get to the M's. Nope.
M is after H. Where is it? This is not
They're
an alphabetical-
dungeons.
Oh, dungeons.
I was thinking. So they did dungeons, which is kind of like
It's a Diablo like.
Diablo. Like you get your armor and
Like
everything.
Diablo.
And then they're
for sure.
taking the next step to action RPG.
Yeah. I played Dungeons for a little while. That was fun.
I had it downloaded and then I just uninstalled it because I felt like I was never going to get to it.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
guess
not a must play.
No.
Anyway.
But it looks fun. It really does. It's
Mhm.
just a dungeon.
Here's the
crawl.
thing, it's gonna make so much money or whatever because people just love Minecraft.
I mean, speaking of Minecraft, that's what I'm playing now.
Yeah.
It's just
Minecraft
fun.
never dies.
never dies.
Never dies. Oh, I forgot what this was. Then I read it. They also announced a game called Lightyear Frontier. This is from Frame Break Games. I spelled that wrong, that's why I got confused. This was the mech exploration farming game.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to try this.
It's yeah, it looks interesting.
It just
Chill. It looks pretty
chill.
Yeah.
Like it's like I need to keep this on the back burner if I play all the other games, and this could be the replacement for Minecraft.
Yeah. A lot of people online were
down-
saying it was like Stardew Valley with mechs, but I probably
I
wouldn't go
was
that
thinking
far.
of the game. What is it called? Astonisher
Well, I don't know that one.
or that was on here, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. If honestly, it kind of reminded me
Yeah,
just like
Astonisher.
I've not played that. It reminded me a little bit of you ever play Slime Rancher?
Oh man, I played the old one.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of
Mhm.
that. But
Mhm.
it's gonna be different, obviously, because there's no slimes.
But if you look at this view, it just like
yeah,
kinda reminded
I can see
me
that. I've
for-
never heard of this game, Astonisher. I have to check that out. Looks interesting.
yeah, no, you're like, add that on the list.
Yeah, kind of looks pretty.
I don't remember this next game.
Yeah, so Gunfire Reborn. This is the one we play as the little like rabbits or like creatures, and you have
Oh my
guns.
gosh.
This is a roguelite, first person roguelite game. So this is already out on PC. It's got like a 9 out of 10 on Steam. It looks fun. I remember seeing people stream this when it first came out, and I was like, I really want to play that game. And then I found out it was only on PC. And I was like, well, so much for that.
so much for that.
Yeah, but I'm excited that it's coming to console.
You
'cause-
just get a PC.
no, I'm poor.
Wow, these little animals are cute.
Yeah, you just play as these little cats and rabbits or whatever. You get to create your own character, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Yeah, like
For $20, this is kind of worth a try.
well, yeah. I
A
mean,
dragon gun?
if you wait till spring, it's coming out on Game Pass.
That guy right
A
there.
little hawk, falcon, bird thing. Yeah, That was like a
A
Doberman.
a dog against a dog. That is like a, I don't even know. Not even a Doberman.
No, it's more like Rottweiler.
This is the rabbit, or is this
Yeah, I
a
don't know.
cat?
I think you can
Oh my
create your
gosh, that
own
cat looks
characters.
off.
Yeah,
There's rabbit.
yeah. It just looks really fun. I like rogue
This
games
looks.
to a
These are
degree.
the bosses. Holy goodness.
Yeah.
Getting distracted.
Go
Go away.
away. Too fun looking. But yeah, that's coming out actually in October. I said spring.
Oh wow, and not
Yeah.
much. Yeah, definitely.
You don't have to
worse.
wait that long. Just wait and get on Game Pass.
But October, I'm gonna be busy watching you play Scorn, so I can't play that.
I'm not gonna stream it that much.
Dang it.
Then we also man, this was like the indie section. Like
Yeah,
we
but
got a whole bunch
this
of indie
looks
announcements.
really good. This one.
Yeah, so we got The Last Case of Benedict Fox, which that's quite a name. This is from Plot Twist. I don't know if they've made anything else, but this is a story-focused Metroidvania with a like gothic art style. I'm all about Metroidvanias as long as they have maps. That's a very big part for me. So hopefully this game has a map. But yeah, it looks really fun. Really cool art style. I'm ready for a new Metroidvania.
There was there was an, I don't know if it's by these people, but there was a game that was, like had an 80s vibe, but it seemed like you're John Wick, but it's a side scroller but 3D at the same time.
The like the pixel art one
Yeah.
that got announced last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got delayed.
Yeah, but what was it?
That was not Somerville, that was the other one. Just a second.
Because that's what that game kind of reminded me of.
Yeah, I can see that
It's
anyways.
just like the
replaced.
yes.
Yeah, that got delayed. They're based out of Belarus, so like it's all being
Which
affected by Ukraine.
same goes with Stalker. We didn't get anything, no news, no nothing because of
Yeah.
that same case. So it's gonna be that game's gonna be delayed.
Yeah, we don't know when that's coming out for sure.
Yeah, and it's sad to say it, maybe never, depending on the situation.
Yeah, I think it probably will come out, but yeah, there's no way of knowing for sure when or anything.
Now this game, as dusk falls, I'm interested in it because of the story, but the art and how they use the real human images in a game world kind of vibe,
The
not
art
for me.
really threw me off. Like we hadn't talked about this before, so you saying this like affirms like what I was feeling. It threw me off to the point that I was almost like I don't want to play this. Like it was kind of jarring. It's like they painted over real actors to make these things, and then it's like they're just like still shots, and it's like almost like you're watching something at like 1 FPS or something.
Yes.
And I found it unsettling is not the word because it
Oh, no.
wasn't creepy. It just
That's pretty close to what I was feeling.
it threw me off. It had like some uncanny valley type thing going on, and I was just like, I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks.
Did you ever play like what is that game? It's Stranger
Stranger?
no. Is it the one of the games on Game Pass? That's all I gotta know.
Was it like this art style and everything?
No, it just gave me this vibe, and I'm not a fan of this game either. I don't think it's on here. Oh, like this company. Who made this game?
Oh, tell me why. Yeah.
Who made the other games? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know what you're talking about. I haven't played any of those games.
Life is Strange.
Yeah, the Life is Strange games. Yeah, it's that type of game.
It felt like that kind of game, and I'm not a fan of those games, but I'm interested behind the story of it.
To me, it's that type of game with like a worse art style.
Yep.
And I haven't played Life is Strange, so I'm definitely not going to play these or this. It just really threw me. I was like,
And also, it's like kind of like the Telltale games.
Yeah,
You have to
which I
pick
did
your
like Telltale games.
yeah.
but
That's an art style I actually enjoyed, and also they made stories of things that I was
I was more
interested
interested in, yeah. Like, I don't really even know what the Life is Strange games are about, but it never caught
Think
my
of
eye.
high school drama.
Oh, let me get right on that. Although one of my favorite anime right now is Love is War, which is about high school drama, but it's hilarious. So actually, it's not even about drama. It's just a hilarious show.
Hope my
That
mic
was a
picked
terrible
up that
comparison.
sigh.
You would like it. It's hilarious.
Great.
I'm not saying to watch it, but
What is this called again?
Love is War? I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
Oh, Low is War.
Nope, it's not that.
This?
That's a very weird picture for it, though, I will say. Yeah, that's it. Fantastic show.
Oh, I hate when things autoplay.
Just
now.
automatically play. Yeah. Is it actually
You fall
playing?
in love. Yeah, it is actually playing.
Oh,
Well, this is weird.
it's
I'll
hilarious.
watch it later. I feel
Yeah.
weird right now watching it.
No, it's a comedy. It's really funny.
If you say so.
Yeah. I will say, I started it on subs, and I tried watching on dubs, but I was so used to the subs, I had to keep watching on subs because the voices were just what I wanted. But it is on dubs too. Anyway, so they
It's not fair, it's only
showed.
dub.
Okay, yeah, it might not be bad. I was just used to the sub voices.
It's a joke. Like,
Nope.
dubs, wins.
I believe you. What?
You never heard that term?
No, I've heard of that. I guess I missed what you said.
I said no subs, just dubs.
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
We win here. We're done. Yes.
Oh, my mic picked up that
Yes.
sigh. So they showed off. This game's been showed before. I mean, this game's already out, but I think they showed it at a Microsoft thing before. It was Nikara Blade Point. This is Chinese studio. Actually, I think more than one of these games are Chinese studios, but 24 Entertainment. This is the melee action battle royale game. It actually looks really fun.
It looks fun, but I feel like it's not like a long-term battle royale for me.
No, and I'm also concerned I'm going to be terrible at it. So,
God awful.
because this seems like a game like if you're good, you could just absolutely smoke people, and I feel like I'll get on and just get absolutely smoked by people who are good at the game, and I'll be like, all right, that was cool.
That was fun while it lasted. Uninstall.
Yeah, the characters look cool. I think that's a really interesting approach to a battle royale game. As far as I know, there's no other like action
can sense
melee
it.
based.
Since this is going to be on also PlayStation, they're going to have Ghost of Tsushima DLC.
Hey, I'd be all for it.
That'd be sweet, because you're already in that kind of like time setting.
Yeah.
And you can have just that character model, I guess.
Mhm.
As a
Is this
skin.
coming to PlayStation?
It's like I thought it was all on like all consoles.
I thought it was like getting the Xbox console.
It's definitely on PC.
Yeah, it's already out on PC. I don't know if
Did I not
people
press on?
like it or not.
Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's
I
coming
don't
to
think so.
PlayStation right now.
Just...
It probably will eventually, though.
I thought that's where I saw the gameplay, but I don't know. Then I don't know where I originally saw it.
I thought it was at Microsoft Studio last year, or a showcase last year.
I could have.
But yeah, this coming June 23rd. And I want to say it's coming to Game Pass, but I think it's a free-to-play game, so it's just coming to console.
Right.
Next we got Pentiment, which is from Obsidian, which I think is an incredible developer. I think Obsidian is top-notch and amazing.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
This
I was
is
thinking the
a
same thing.
narrative crime story set in 16th century Bavaria. It's coming out in November, and I could not wait for this trailer to be over because, man, I don't think I could be any less interested in this game.
Yeah, such a great company, and you could have had 1,000 other things to work on. Fallout New Vegas.
This was weird to me. Like I don't know.
Why would they be making that?
I mean, I know Obsidian has a lot of teams.
I mean, last year they announced they were making Outer Worlds 2, right?
Yeah, yeah, and they've also got Avowed they're making,
And they
which
really people are pushing the New Vegas.
yeah, people want them to do a New Vegas remake. I don't know. Like, I'll probably just because I think Obsidian is really good, I'll probably
It has to be
download it.
really funny. It has to have some kind of.
Is it supposed to be funny?
I mean, it's Obsidian. I feel like their thing is kind of comedy too.
But see, none of their Pillars of Eternity stuff is comedy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's just a weird looking game. The art style is almost the again, I don't know if this is a comedy, but like the stick figure stuff from Monty Python movies, it looks like that.
Yes.
But as far as I could tell from the trailer, it's not a comedy. Now, if this was like they're making a Monty Python type thing, I'd be like, well, yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is my favorite movie of all time. I would be all about this.
Yeah, take everything back what I said, and that game's gonna be trash, and they're gonna be scolded for it.
Yeah, I don't know. This could
It could, but it won't. It won't be Game of the Year worthy.
No, but it's a crime story. I don't know. Maybe it's good.
Dude,
It just did not look.
3 games down is gonna be better than that. Ravenlock's gonna be better.
I think most of these games. I don't know. I don't want to say it's gonna be bad because it's just. Here's the thing. I think it's probably going to be good because
right.
Obsidian is a good studio. It's just not something I
would see from them
or am at all interested in from that trailer. Now, if when it comes out, it starts getting all these rave reviews and people are like, it's amazing. Yeah, I'll download it and try it at that point.
Which
but
did you try with Deathloop?
it hasn't come to Game Pass, yeah, and I'm not paying for it since it's coming to Game Pass.
Oh,
yeah, because I'm cheap.
Freaking cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. Game Pass has ruined me. I don't like paying for games anymore.
It really has for a lot.
It's so dumb. Like I think about it every once in a while, and I'm like, God,
well,
that's stupid.
I've been telling my cousins, like, I'm sorry, I'm waiting for these games to come on Game Pass. They're just cool. Like, I paying $15 a month. I'm getting it on Xbox or PC. Like Minecraft, I never had to pay for Minecraft. It's just.
Is it Minecraft free?
Yeah, I think so. Free. Well,
no. Well, I don't know.
No. At first, I paid for it on my Xbox. Like it was $20.
Yeah, it's like $27 right now. Interesting. I don't know why I thought Minecraft was free to play. Then again, Minecraft is always like towards the top of like the charts of games sold and everything. So I don't know. Okay, so Ereban Shadow Legacy got announced. I'm probably saying Ereban wrong or something. This is that game that was like the stealth action RPG.
Thing looks so sweet.
Yeah. This is from Baby Robot Games. I've not heard of that studio before. Yeah, this game looks really fun. You're like
game.
You're basically a person fighting robots, but it's like a very stealth.
And you're like this part of darkness.
Yeah, it's just cool looking.
Super cool. Like this is a stealth game I want to play.
Yeah, it's like somebody described it on Twitter, and I don't know if it was like an official description, but they called it a stealth 'em up. So it's like a beat 'em up, but like stealth 'em up. Yeah, so it looks really fun.
Rock'em sock'em.
Yeah, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That's what this is. Only with stealth.
This is your itch for stealth, since we'll never get a Splinter Cell game.
Oh, shut your mouth.
I had to throw that in.
That is just rude. So we still have a lot to go. Man, doing this now, I'm realizing they announced a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we've it's been just over an hour.
Yeah, let's fly through some of these because a couple of these we're going to talk about a lot. Let's move.
Actually, like the last two.
The last two, and then let's move also this towards the last two. Because I'm going to want to talk about that a lot.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah. So let's
sounds good.
Ravenlock got announced. This is like a action RPG maybe.
It's like a blocky, cartoony. Think of what was it called? It Takes Two? No, not It Takes Two. What's the other one? It's on Game Pass.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, right there. It's not. It is kind of.
So it's Alice in Wonderland based, but you're not playing as Alice. You're playing as the character Ravenlock. I don't know.
Well, there was a game. I don't know what it's called. I can't find them. I always have this trouble of remembering names of games, especially whenever I thought I saw it on here.
All I know is the further along the trailer went, the more interested I was in it. It looked actually pretty good. Looks fun.
It's definitely a game that will pass time. I'm not gonna find it. If I find it, you know me. I'm just gonna blur it out.
Yeah, you're just gonna remember and yell it out.
You said it like nonchalantly, like yeah, he does that all the time.
It just happens. Another game that got announced was Cocoon. This is Geometric Interactive, which I think is a new studio. It's a sci-fi puzzle game, and the lead designer is Jippe Carlson. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but this is the same
Jippe?
guy who was lead designer for Inside and Limbo. So the game, actually, the trailer, I was like, but then when they said that, I was like, oh,
Something
shoot.
about it I thought was super. I don't know. Something about it. I actually want to play it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna play it just because Inside
You
and
love
Limbo
those.
are incredible.
You love those games.
Yeah. Especially Inside. I liked Inside.
It's not on here. I don't know
most.
what I'm looking at. Forget it.
But yeah, it's coming out 2023 in Game Pass. I didn't mention it, so it was Ravenlock. And then, man, this game's actually pretty exciting too.
Ooh,
From Team Ninja, we got Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
this has to be like a Dynasty Warrior game.
I think it's gonna be closer to like a Ninja Gaiden type thing.
Still,
So yeah, but this is set in the. It is like Dynasty Warriors that it's set in the Three Kingdoms period.
who was it? Team Ninja who made Ninja?
Yeah, Team Ninja made.
It has to.
So they made Ninja Gaiden. They've been making the Neo games, so it's gonna be a game in that vein.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really fun.
Wow,
It's-
yeah, and it comes to Game Pass. Wow.
Yeah, it's coming in, within the next 12 months sometime.
What if we were just completely? It's like a Dark Souls because
Yeah, I mean,
what's-
Neo's is kind
Neo
of,
is the Dark
and
Souls
really
kinda.
Ninja Gaiden in a lot of ways is like the initial,
Yeah.
the original. It's a little more action focused, which I think this looked a little more action focused. But yeah, it's gonna be a mix of like fantasy and historical, just like the entire Three Kingdoms story is, because nobody knows how much of that is true anyway. There's a little history lesson for you.
The more you know on the Nerdness podcast.
Yeah, I've watched so many videos on YouTube about Three Kingdoms just because I find it fascinating.
This is what happens when he doesn't play video games.
That's true.
Useless knowledge.
Useless knowledge. And an exciting announcement before we get to two exciting announcements before we get to the two biggest games.
Yes.
First, it's an announcement I never thought we'd hear.
I would honestly no. I wouldn't think this would ever happen for Xbox,
Yeah.
Microsoft.
So Atlas is bringing Persona to Game Pass. They're bringing 3 of the games. Persona 3 Portable, which this is the first time Persona 3 has had a port outside of, because it was on Vita. And Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royale, which these games are also coming to PC and PS5.
Which is funny, is Persona 4 was PlayStation 4 and Vita.
It was, yeah, wasn't it? Was it the same game or just different?
So Persona 4 was different from Persona 4 Golden.
That's
it's just like Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about this because I've wanted to play Persona for a
you
long
were gonna borrow
time.
my copy, which I haven't played yet either, which could be since I'm in this no game mode, I guess.
Yeah.
But now it's like, should I just go sell it?
Yeah. As far as I know, it's not any remaster or anything like that. They're just porting the games over, and I think that's really cool for Xbox. It's an incredible series that I've never played, but I know is incredible.
Yeah. Which there's a ton of those out there, and I haven't even touched either.
The first one coming is Persona 5 Royale. That's coming in October.
Yep. Which is what you wanted.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Are you going to try the others?
Depending on how much I like Persona 5. If I love it, which I think I'm going to.
I think I have.
A lot of people like Persona 4 better than 5.
I have 4. I have 4.
Another exciting announcement. And this was the one announcement we teased earlier that they didn't actually announce a game per se. So it's not tied into that 12-month period. There's been rumors about this for a long time. Microsoft and Hideo Kojima are working on a new game. Don't know what it is. Know nothing about it. He mentioned stuff about Microsoft's cloud thing, but I don't know if that's really tied in or anything, or if that's just like marketing speak.
I think it's just marketing, but
Cool. They're working on an exclusive game for Microsoft.
I'm excited to see what his next project is.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really too interested with Death Stranding.
Yeah, that game was just weird to me.
It's just weird. It. I don't know. The other games he made have really
Yeah.
touched.
I think chances are this game will get announced and I'll be like, that's cool for somebody else. But it
Most
just
likely, and I think it's going to be more of a like a scary horror game.
Probably. But that's really cool. Just because he's one of the biggest names in gaming, so it's cool him working with Microsoft on something. Those last two announcements, I don't know if you've spent much time on Twitter or Reddit, made certain sections of the video game landscape furious because they thought that was ridiculous. That
Sorry,
both of
he's
those two
a
things
free
could
man. He
happen.
can do what he wants.
And people were mad at Atlas too. So the two biggest games that were shown, first was from Blizzard. We got the final character for Diablo 4 and just a new gameplay trailer. Which
Man, oh my goodness.
This game looks incredible.
I didn't know what I was watching at first when they were showing like the Necromancer.
It took me a little bit just because I'm not super familiar with Diablo. I've said for a long time I always wanted to get into it. And I just didn't know when to really jump in. This is going to be when I jump into Diablo for sure.
I thought about it a lot when they announced because they announced doing Diablo 2 Resurrection, which is the remaster.
Mm-hmm.
I really was thinking about doing that.
Yeah, I almost jumped in that.
And then Immortal is actually his first one.
Mm.
So
Immortal's a new game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a brand new game.
Man, when are they going to do the first one? Just remaster first one.
I think they did a long time ago, actually. At this point,
Mm.
I've always been.
Wait, I want to try them.
I've always been afraid of the Diablo series because I'm like,
because it's Diablo word.
No, I'm
devil.
Yeah, that's what it is, and I'm scared. No, I've just always been worried I'm gonna get into it and I'm gonna like it too much. And spend too much time on it.
Liking that stuff too much.
If it takes way too much of my time and I become obsessed,
you think it's gonna take over your Destiny?
I can't take another Destiny. I can't have two of those games. That's impossible. Just don't have the time.
We will see.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna try Diablo 4.
Dude, that game. Super excited is because what sold me the most was because you can do stuff co-op.
Yeah, there's co-op. There's open world stuff.
You can ride a horse. I saw.
You can ride a horse. One of the biggest parts of them showing this is just it basically confirming this game's coming out in the next year, because people thought this game could be 2 or 3 years out still.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they've shown a decent bit of the game, it just always seemed like it might be farther out.
Also, nonetheless, it was really nice seeing Rod Ferguson back.
Yeah, it's always good to see Rod Ferguson. Miss him in the Gears team, but this is what he wanted to do, so it's good for him.
Yeah, I'm not mad at all.
Also, they did confirm in a tweet later, yeah, the game's going to have microtransactions, but it's going to be cosmetic based. It's not going to be the nonsense that
it's going to be like
Diablo
your World of Warcraft kind of stuff, like your cosmetic, your gear,
or even like Destiny. Destiny's all cosmetic based, which I am okay with.
Yeah, as long as it's not pay to win somehow.
Yeah, it's not this.
Oh, also they were gonna. Another thing in Diablo 4 is they'll have PvP, and it's gonna be in a specific
PvP zones and stuff.
Zone, and if there's villains in the area too, well, it sucks for you. You better be really good.
Yeah. I did think it was interesting. They showed off if you're a really good player for PvP and stuff, you'll actually just get marked in the game.
Yeah,
and it'll make people wanting to hunt you and stuff like that. I thought that was really interesting.
Cool.
It looks really fun. Between this,
I'm excited for you to play because I just want to see you take you under, just like Destiny did.
Yeah, it probably will. I have no idea what class I want to play either.
I don't know. I can't remember what the other three were.
There's 5 classes. There's the Necromancer. There's the Barbarian.
Yep.
There's this is the wrong name, but there's a Archer character, which there's a very high likelihood of that. There's a Druid, also a high likelihood of that, and like a Rogue or something. Not Immortal. Not that nonsense.
No, shut up. I'm getting there.
I'm just saying that game has nonsense with its pay to win stuff.
Right.
Oh, the
Barbarian,
sorcerer.
sorceress, druid, rogue, and necromancer.
Yeah, so the rogue's the archer person. Yeah, obviously the warlock sorcerer person. It's funny because like there's not a class that immediately jumps out to me. I probably won't go barbarian and I probably won't go necromancer, but all the other three, I'm very open to.
The barbarian can do things with beasts. No, the druid is. Right?
Yeah, the druid has like animals and stuff like that.
Not a rogue. Huh. I think I want to do a druid or the necromancer.
Yeah,
But
all.
I gotta look at this their
Yeah.
stuff.
And it looked like it has pretty good character customization too, which I'm all about.
Oh yeah, they had that too. That's sweet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that game's going to come out around the same time as this next game, and that's just not good for me. So,
Big sad.
the biggest announcement of the night, and the thing they say for last, we had Todd Howard come out on stage, and we got our
Next Fallout. I'm just kidding.
yeah, we got Fallout in space. We got our big gameplay reveal for Starfield,
Dude,
which looks incredible.
I don't think I have anything bad to say.
Here's the thing, I might get a little rantish here because my
Please don't.
goodness, the takes on the internet are ridiculous. Have you seen what people have been saying about the game?
Like bad things?
Yes.
Why?
Oh, people have been bashing this like crazy.
Why?
They say it's just No Man's Sky in space. It doesn't look good. 1,000 planets is way too much. I'd rather have 2 or 3 really good planets.
No one. Have you ever played No Man's Sky? There's more than 1,000.
That's the thing. So, obviously, let's just get to the 1,000 planet thing. We'll just start with that. There's got to be some level of procedural generation happening here because there's no way they handcrafted 1,000 planets. But that doesn't, with there being a cap of 1,000, it doesn't mean they didn't like comb over them to the best of their degree. There's no way they combed over everything, made them polished, made them good. But you also are going to have those 5 to 20 something, whatever planets that are like the really well made because it's not a fully procedurally generated game. People are saying they don't have time for this. And this is what kind of triggered me. Again, people are saying, oh, I don't have time to do 1,000 planets. We just got done. And we're actually really still in the time when everybody's bragging about how much time they spent playing Elden Ring. People saying, I've spent 200 hours playing Elden Ring. And then to go on the internet and say, I don't have time for that. Really? That's your take? One of the things that
I don't have to take this.
one of the things that people love the most about Elden Ring, which I haven't even played yet. I still want to.
I want
I just
to,
haven't
but I'm
gotten
not
to.
going to.
I just haven't gotten to it yet. One of the biggest things people rave about that game is a sense of discovery and just finding all these crazy things. It's going to be like that
Yeah.
in
It's not going to be like your
Starfield.
Fallout, level up, get a bunch of perks, and kill things, and just do a bunch of side quests. This is an exploration kind of game.
Yeah, there's going to be huge exploration. Now, are a huge chunk of those 1,000 planets going to be like wasteland type things? Most likely.
Yeah.
That's what space is.
Bunch
That's
of
how
nothing.
space is. You know, look at our solar system. Every planet except Earth is a wasteland. But
And is round. All of them are round. It's not flat.
what's going to be, yeah. Okay. Yes, definitely. What's going to be cool is there's going to be stuff, unless, which I don't think Bethesda's stupid. These 1,000 planets, there's going to be stuff hidden on so many of these planets that months later players are going to find. And it's going to be this huge deal. It's not like No Man's Sky where if you find something interesting, well, that's cool. Nobody else is ever going to see it because there's literally millions and millions and millions of planets. With 1,000 planets, it's going to be like, look at this cool thing I found, and everyone's going to be like, I'm going to go check that out. It's going to be cool stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
just going to be like the Fallout stuff. Like,
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be Fallout Easter eggs somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's going to be Elder Scroll Easter eggs. I guarantee you, some planet's going to have Nirnroot or something on it.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, that's funny.
See, I'm excited for a different game from Bethesda.
Yeah.
That's
This is easily the biggest game they've ever made, I think. In a lot of ways, the most
We're gonna
important.
have Doom stuff too in there. Easter eggs.
No, there's a good chance. There's going to be all kinds of stuff.
See, I like Easter eggs. I'm a sucker for Easter eggs.
Now, I think there are valid criticisms of the game from that trailer, first off, it wasn't very optimized. It was running at probably like 30 FPS, but they still have time to fix that.
Yeah, you can't stuff like that. You can't help.
It's gonna be buggy most likely because it's Bethesda. Let's just be real.
Guarantee. Have you played a Fallout game?
The combat doesn't look incredible. To me, it does look better than anything they've done in the past. It looks better than the Fallout games. But
Definitely looks new too.
yeah,
Because they used like this when they were showing the SMG part,
Mhm.
and they showed like using the suit like push you back
yeah,
to cover. That was kind of cool, like showing like your abilities of what
Mhm.
your space shoot could do.
yeah. I think the combat's gonna be serviceable. You know, it's gonna be it works, but that's
I think
you
it's
know,
gonna have. You can get different suits. I think different things that could help it. You
Mhm.
know, make you faster, I guess, or just shielded better. I don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know still. Probably.
yeah. There's a ton we don't know, but
We just got the premise of what we're gonna be able to do in this game.
and this game is massive, man.
It's gonna be huge.
The further they kept going, I was just like blown away.
Then not only you can build.
Yeah, so they showed base building, which I was like, yeah, you know, Fallout's had that. And they're like,
When
but
they-
also, or however he said it, you can build your own ship, which
I
I,
was
think
like-
is really cool.
Yep, sold me.
And even at first, I'm like, oh, cool, you can design your ship, whatever. And he's like, because of course you can fly it. And I was like, what? It was like a game this size, I kind of just figured to be like you'd see your ship and maybe be in your ship, but like actually flying your ship around, I didn't see. The game definitely is inspired by No Man's Sky. Like, I'm not going to pretend it's not.
No,
But
every game is inspired by another game in some form or way. It
Peop-
always is there.
yeah, and people online were using it's No Man's Sky as an insult, and I think they haven't actually played No Man's Sky recently because that game's incredible.
I haven't played it recently, but it is an incredible game.
It's a better budgeted, more handcrafted with a better way. But I mean, No Man's Sky doesn't really. It has a story, but it doesn't have a story. Basically, it doesn't matter.
But there is a story with this.
Yeah, this is, and it's gonna have multiple stories. You know, it's gonna have all kinds of stuff you can discover and do. And I don't know, it was just weird to me because I saw this, and while yeah, there's obviously things you could nitpick and obvious things you could be like, be a little concerned about that. When I first watched this review, I was like, that was one of the best game reveals I've seen in a very long time.
From Bethesda, if that's like
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
and especially-
Bethesda's best reveal of a game. And
Yeah,
showcase of a game.
and so it was just weird to me going online and all these like negative takes about it. I was like, really? Did you watch the same thing I watched?
Like, have you ever played any game that just
And I hate to be this way, but I think if Bethesda was still a third-party studio and wasn't owned by Microsoft, we'd be hearing different stuff. I just think that's the way the internet works,
yeah
unfortunately. And I don't know, because I even saw a lot of people in the industry, journalists, people, and all other stuff like it's too big, like it shouldn't be that big, and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what? Number one, we haven't played the game yet, but I don't. I do have a problem with games that are too big if it's like it takes 60 hours to beat the campaign.
yes
I'm not a fan of that. That's not what this is going to
Right.
be, though. You could probably beat the campaign in 10 to 15 hours, but
20
there's just
tops,
like
I mean,
a million other things that you can possibly do.
you got there's obviously gonna be side stories.
Like
a
people spent
bajillion side-
hundreds of hours playing Skyrim.
Yeah, and people still do. Like, quit playing that game. Go play something else.
There people
Go
were joking.
play Skyrim Online. They're gonna have a new DLC coming out in the coming 12 months
People were joking
on Game Pass, day one.
People were joking that one of the planets is just going to be Skyrim. And it's just like they just made Skyrim in the game. I was like, that actually would be hilarious if they
That
did
would
that.
be great.
So I don't know.
People, I honestly should just get over it. Play the video game. If you don't want to play, don't play. You don't need to see your response and negative Nancy.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the game can come out and be bad. It really can. I don't
It's
anticipate
happened
that,
before.
but it was just it was so weird seeing all the negativity towards this game. It was just very strange.
It honestly, it could. Look at Fallout 76. People bash that game a lot. Still do, probably.
That game did launch bad.
But the game has progressed and has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, so same as
And-
like No Man's Sky.
So You know,
And see, I think that was really Bethesda's most recent launch. They're looking to not make that same mistake. I think it should launch in a pretty good state. I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to defend this game yet.
no. I mean, you shouldn't, but some people should just suck it up.
Yeah,
It's a game, play it first, then give me your input.
I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird.
Wow.
But yeah, Starfield looks great. Outside of Hollow Knight, Silksong is my second most anticipated game.
Except for Hollow Knight.
Except for Hollow Knight, but that's a personal thing.
Well,
So,
I
yeah.
think that is all the gaming news for the past week and a half, right? 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's like week and a half, 2 weeks basically. And
I'm
who
not
knows? We might
gonna-
get off here and see Capcom announce something cool that we
Yeah.
missed. And Microsoft does have another showcase tomorrow. I don't anticipate big things from it because they did that last year too. They had like their main showcase, and then 2 days later they had a smaller one. More, I think last year was more like developer deep dives, or they'd be talking.
I hope it's something. Like, I don't know. I'm not asking a lot. Just like maybe a teaser of something that.
I would be surprised because I haven't been hyping it up. I think we got. I wouldn't be surprised if they do another showcase like in the winter, like holiday season or fall or something, just to show off like future stuff. But
Just
we'll
because
see.
there's stuff that we normally would get in this weird rotation,
Yeah. Mhm.
Um,
But we're also waiting on. There should be a Nintendo Direct soon. There should be another Sony State of Play talking about first party stuff soon. I would anticipate, but those things haven't been announced yet. It's just that time of year that stuff happens. So
and I don't even think like PC. We used to get a PC.
they did the PC
Think-
show. I don't know what got announced.
I don't really think anything. Obviously,
I
because we
haven't
would
heard
have heard
anything.
something amazing. I guess. But yeah, that is it for all the gaming news. I'm not gonna tell you where you can find me. I've said it too many times. I think I'm done with that.
Find you on Twitter at __Havilon _ or something like that.
Close, just not 2 underscores, just 1.
_Havilon _
Yeah.
Sweet. Find me on Twitter at Gemini Superfly.
Stupid. He's
Find the
gonna
podcast.
force me to give my name out there.
Find the podcast at Nerdnest Podcast. Also email us at the email address nerdnestpodcast@gmail.com. And that'll be it for us.
I will be somewhere around the Twitter and Twitch or somewhere. So we'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.